What's that sound? It's for amusement only, the EM and Bingo Pinball Podcast.
Welcome back to For Amusement Only. This is Nick Baldridge. Tonight I wanted to talk about another bingo mechanism that I haven't discussed before. It's called the Auto Mission Coin Divider, and it has the world's catchiest name. But essentially all it does is divert certain coins to an ancillary cash box. I think I've talked about the basic mechanism in a very early episode, but today I wanted to go into more detail about how this works exactly. In the 1970s, Bally realized that it would be more efficient if the operator was able to take their portion from their own cash box and provide the bar owner with their own set of keys. This was the era when they created the comeback key, which allowed the bar owner to put credits back on the replay register for bingo players that left for a time and came back. This was also handy if the bar owner didn't feel like paying out a particularly good player, but at some point they would max out the replay register and then I'm sure they would have to be paid out. At any rate, aside from the comeback key, the bar owner was also given another key which would allow them to get into a secret coin box which was hidden in the left-hand wall of the bingo. This secondary coin box was 100% the bar owner's take. Now, Bally cleverly designed a mechanism so that a portion of the coins went directly into the operator's coin box and the other portion went into the bar owner's coin box. And this is the Auto Mission Coin Divider. Now, the way it works is this. There's a metal plate which is driven, it moves back and forth by a coil, and this coil is energized at certain positions of a coin unit. The coin unit is located in the cab and is simply a continuous stepper. Now it's adjustable based on how many coins you want to divert to the secondary cash box. You can divert 1 and 6 all the way up to 1 and 2. So if you wanted to, you could put every other coin into that secondary cash box. Pretty useful if you're the bar owner. And since that adjustment is not available to the bar owner, they can't just reach in and change it themselves, that secondary cash box area is completely blocked in with wood. The operator is free to determine how that works. And depending on their agreement, the bar owner may not have to see any of the regular take. It just depends. And I'm not familiar enough with how operating works in general to know exactly what would happen in a scenario where that coin unit failed or had some other problem. But what I can tell you is that as that coin unit steps, depending on the adjustable lug that you've got this wire plugged into, it will turn the coil on, pulling a plate which forces coins dropped to jump into the operator coin box. Or it will move it out of the way, releasing it, allowing the coins to drop into a special ramp which goes to the secondary coin box. These parts were frequently removed from the games because the operators didn't want to share in that way, or they had a different agreement with their establishments. It's hard to say. But if you find a bingo with an intact Auto Mission Coin Divider, it's a pretty neat mechanism to watch, and you can have your own secondary set of coins to pay yourself, or you can use that secondary set to refill your reserves, depending. When I first got my double up working, that was something I would do. As I put in coins, I would attempt to keep them in the operator coin box by default, But 1 and 6 would jump over to the secondary coin box, and so when I ran out of money completely, I would have 1/6 of my total spending available to me again, which would allow me to continue to play, but it would force me to think pretty hard about how much money I was putting in versus how much was coming out. Now, if this doesn't work, for whatever reason, if the coil never powers, then your problem lies within that coin unit. It's a very simple circuit. So either you have a broken wire somewhere leading back to the coil, your coil is dead, or your coin unit needs to be cleaned. You can try manually stepping it from position to position to see exactly what's going to happen, but that coin unit steps every time that a coin is inserted, and so it preps for the next coin that is inserted. Oh, the other use for this is for the bar owner to be able to pay out on the game when there were winnings on it without having to dip into their own cash reserves. They could dip into their take instead, which makes a lot more sense. So that's all for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. My name again is Nick Baldridge. You can reach me at foramusementonlypodcast@gmail.com, or you can call me on the Bingos line. That's 724-BINGOS-1, 724-246-4671. You can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, via RSS, on Facebook, on Twitter at Bingo Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram, also at Bingo Podcast, or you can listen to us on our website, which is foramusementonly.libsyn.com. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.